Hey guys, it's Sika, and welcome back to Pheonix Wright Ace Attorney. We're going right into the next case, of which this is where everything I know falls apart. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I know, like, Edgeworth, it likes giving a bit of a British voice, which, you think I'd be easy for me to do that. Nope. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution see no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. This is a bad idea because I can't even hear myself speak right now. So excuse me if I'm yelling. The prosecutor calls the chief office at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. I know it's much older voice people give. Witness, please state the name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's the Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in the charge of homicide down to the the police station, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found from this window here, see? And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hands, sir. I don't know why I'm abbreviating the sirs. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective? Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Maya Fey, who was at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. I really don't know what voice I'm doing. I've forgotten everything of the voices. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Pheonix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why, we had the witness's account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. This very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Smack. He might just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Works lots of times. I mean, I was thinking of doing that, just pushing on literally everything. There's one bit in particular. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. There's a particular thing I want to push him on. Nope. Nope. That. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumbass will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothing, your spiky hair, you two sound out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. That. Why her, not me? Why's that? What's your reason? Describe, please. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it. You said it.
Damn it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claims was hard evidence?
What? Miss May ain't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have his advantages.
Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Hard evidence. Come on, let's hear it.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab tests still show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Hang on a second. Instantaneous. Hell no! No. I was about to say, I'm not falling into the same mistake there. Okay.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Okay, I know what I'm going for. Instantaneous death. Eyes. Nope. The buttons are really weird here. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You said the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying.
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it! Who else could have?
You have it backwards, Detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But...
No butting your way out of this one, Detective.
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Somebody who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When? Day after the murder, I think. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being...
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow.
It seems awfully suspicious, if you ask me.
I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. Should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
That's a sham. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham! How could you give me a faulty report?
I thought...
Detective Gumshoe? I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that.
I'm sorry, sir.
You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? But...
Your Honor, I submit the report to the court. With these rhymes of mine.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
I think I'm going all over the place with Judge.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Done. Good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes.
That's what's-her-face, ain't it?
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? I don't know. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the hearts of every man in this courtroom. Tell us where you were on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred.
Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Pheonix law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Oh boy. How's this one gonna go for me?
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know.
Nope. Nope. Okay.
And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacker was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
That one. Buttons, keyboards, how do they work?
And the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught her and she hit her. Then the one with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
I knew I had a more seductive voice, but I feel like a complete tool saying it in her voice, in that kind of voice. So I'm not going to.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony.
No, it isn't. How could she see a dodge to the side?
I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness testimony was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were mere phase understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults is in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you!
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. It's only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay, I'm gonna press on a few bits. Dodged what? No? Crap. Okay. I'm gonna keep pressing.
Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
No point. Hold on a minute! That testimony stinks!
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... You're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this. I mean...
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Good point. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Oh, are you trying to say... What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all that trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
Wink.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Oh god, someone's not being distracted by the female willies.
Damn, I almost had her.
Okay, come on.
I did see everything. I did! The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statuary clock, the thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
That's where I'm going. I'm going to push on that one. Because the left side looks like there's been a struggle. The right side doesn't.
I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning.
She was hardly more detailed than before.
Please begin the cross-examination.
I want to press on that one. Is that right as in your right? As in you look from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. There's too many rights. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what I mean, that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun.
What happened then?
How, when she was to the right? Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
See, what sort of weapon was it?
Okay, there's something about that one. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. How would you know it's a clock? How would you know it's a clock? Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Order! Order!
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with a trivial concern.
Yes, yes, of course. We'll withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
That was a close one. If you stop me there, the trial will be over.
what? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Pheonix?
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Pheonix, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Because they took all the stuff out. Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look, right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It's as the defense said. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Oh, no.
Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however.
Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. It was at night, so... Yeah.
That's true, there is a possibility. The clock might have been empty before she heard it, after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clock was removed?
Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this.
That's a very good cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order! The defense's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
Memories of evaluation soon.
I've gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Ow, my ears! Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clock was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was it? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense.
No, Larry made it.
The defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yes. The witness claims she's seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well, then let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before.
Made by Larry Butts. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything's sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, that's cheesy. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh. I can't do that kind of scream kind of deal, because, you know, it's a woman.
What is it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor, allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Ms. April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... the witness would have never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
That wiretapping. Duh. I have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May? You were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, weren't you?
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous! Does the defense truly claim the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... Start again. I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Let's see, I've called it a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer!
It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question!
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't Tippity Tappity, irrelevant?
She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. Edgeworth's got something planned, I know it.
While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way!
Way, I say. Way! Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Ice coffee?
I think I'm making this up. Ask the bellboy. Wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Yeah, but then you need the bellboy to testify to prove that, don't you?
So, where does that leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, can I let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. Bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
I think you're sunk quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping has nothing to do with the killing. But you need the bellboy to prove that it was that time she was getting room service. You need to prove her alibi. However, if you agree on one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? So it's either I have a chance of proving her innocent, or I just let her be guilty. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool, you fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That is rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir.
Going on for a lot longer than I thought it would.
I am the head bellboy at the fine Gateway Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely at the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced tea coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
Wait, so how did she see it then?
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now. I will be finished. Yeah, okay, so came to me at 9 on the dot. Okay, so how did she see the murder? That doesn't make sense. Press. You sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely?
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embracer, sir.
Embracer? Is that French for embrace?
Embracer. It's French for kiss, sir. No, it's not the French kiss, sir. More like a peck on the cheek.
Why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. The bellboy wouldn't have any reason to lie. But I have to find something to use to test me. One more time. I'll press him until he spills the beam or his tea. Okay? Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... the point being, I remember her quite well, sir. Yes, what then?
It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it?
Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I? Protest.
Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I give you one more question. That's all.
Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about?
It's one of those two.
I'm going for that. Tell me again about the room service.
Again, sir?
Exactly 9 a.m. I delivered room service in Miss May, room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive?
Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know, and we don't skip on the ice, sir.
What did he say? What did you just say?
Rather, quite.
Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
I object to that. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
I do generally like pulling like that man force in the judge's voice, even though oh shit. I think my voice just went. I think my voice just went partially. Shit.
Yes, I see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you see, you didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Yes, quite indeed. I was the good barrister here, Mr. Edgeworth, who, he asked me not to mention it if it wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool!
I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room?
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendants. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person?
Simple. It was... Then I was just Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one in the room at the time of the murder, no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it were too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Oh, start, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges an offensive argument.
This is a really bad idea what I'm doing right now, continuing on like this.
I accept the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Whew. That got dicey. Okay. Mr. Wright, you're amazing in that. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? And again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning charms won't work. Her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm gonna find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Yes. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Victim dodged attack and ran to the right, but was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong at that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. That particular bit about going right. What if we find the murderer? The murderer says they went right towards the sign of scuffle. Because that's the thing about May's testimony that seems weird. They went right, but the sign of scuffle's to the left. I hope I remember that, because that's going to really be helpful to remember. To be continued, and that's what I'm going to call it for this episode, because... Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm going to go rest my voice now. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.